What is up, my Waloglian troglodytes? Today's video is going to be a what to do and what not to do list on Warzone. I've got a couple of extra little tips in there, some general stuff, and things that I've experienced and watched from big name and pro YouTubers and Twitch streamers. So first off, I'd like to say that in no way am I demonstrating all of these tips in one video and one gameplay. I've just got a couple of gameplay clips alongside these tips just to have some background footage, I guess. You'll see me do some of the things in here, and I just destroyed him, but some of the things I don't do in here, and you'll see that I've obviously made some mistakes. That's part of the learning process that I've had and how I've come up with the things on this list. Not all of them. Some of them I've learned from other people. But first off, we got the do section. So all of these things that I'm about to list are things that you want to make sure you try and bring into regular practice in the game. It'll make things a lot more efficient with your looting, with your gameplay, and just working out with your teammates. So first, I'd like to say, if you're self-reviving near a teammate, make sure to request to them audibly to finish your revive so that you can conserve your kit. Also, have a buyer on your team running kill chain to get cheaper items. So that person, everybody would pool their money together and give the money to them when they needed to get a loadout or certain items. And if you're at the drop station and you already have an item like a UAV and you want to get a precision airstrike, you can just give your teammate the UAV by buying the precision airstrike for yourself. So the next one is have two loadouts in a game. The first one being overkill, and the next one that you get in the game, make sure to have cold-blooded and ghost. It's going to help you out late game because of those thermals that people use on their snipers and stuff like that. And if only one of you doesn't have cold-blooded because of, let's say, kill chain or another perk, then it's still a good option for at least one of you to have cold-blooded. And usually you only need double time for the first part of the game just so that you can get to loot faster and clear out campers a little bit better. In the late game, it's a little bit better to have cold-blooded. So right here in the final 3 to 4 circles, unless you recon contracted and know where the last zone is. I don't know if you know, but if you do all the recon contracts, like 7 or 8 of them, you get to know where the exact last zone location is. But if you didn't do that, then you want to gatekeep people that are pushing in from the storm and fighting other teams outside the zone. So go up as a team and third party them. Gatekeeping is very effective because the pressure is on them to move, not you. You can get into power positions and fight them from those. Another tip is if enemies on the minimap are near a bounty location, make sure to activate the bounty, and it will likely put the bounty on the closest team near you or near the bounty, and you'll have an idea of where their team or where they are located or going for a few minutes. Spray paint potential gulag enemies with yellow spray paint so that they are easier to see and fight in the gulag because it's kind of dark in there. If teammates are driving to pick up other teammates, do a drive-by and catch them instead of stopping and asking them to get in. It takes too long to do that, and it's not very time efficient. If a teammate says armor is cracked on an enemy, make sure everybody to push to kill that enemy. It just makes your numbers a lot better, 3 versus 2 or 3 versus 1 instead of 3 versus 3. If an enemy vehicle is disabled, continue team firing it until it explodes. Just because it pops up with points that you disabled a vehicle doesn't mean that they're dead yet. And if the faster that you shoot it and blow it completely up, the more likely you are to get damage or a kill off of that vehicle explosion. Call out location and distance in meters of the enemies that you see on heartbeat sensors to your teammates. So like at the bottom part of the sensor, it says how many in-game meters the enemy is from you. Or at least the closest one if you have more than one enemy on heartbeat sensor. If possible, stand on top of a vehicle while a teammate is driving when you have a UAV equipped so that you can pop it while you're riding along. When lone wolfing, call out enemies using ping and say on ping instead of just calling out their location. The tool is there, you may as well use it. Move your ping or cancel your ping once enemies are known by the team so that the ping doesn't obstruct the vision of the enemies. Because sometimes that big red square shape or the yellow one even is just over them, and it's kind of hard to see them through your scopes and stuff like that. At a buy station, you can do a quick armor buy by rapidly pressing the combo square XX. If released from the gulag later game, an option is to land on a car and run over someone to get their guns instead of dropping on. So now the don't section comes in. Don't float around too long using a parachute unless you're dropping to a far location from initial drop. It's an easy way to get spotted and tagged up. Don't revive a teammate in an unsafe area without smokes, like, for example, in a doorway that's open, in the middle of the street, or if there's live enemies nearby. Don't run away from 3v3 or 3v2 or 2v2 or 2v1 fights without telling anyone. Don't push a solo enemy without telling the team. Don't go for revenge on someone who team wiped you. Get them later. Don't drop a good gun when you pick up your second loadout. Someone could drop from gulag and kill you with it later. Don't shoot a joker from a heli. You will blow yourself up. Don't get out of a vehicle to pick up loot from a guy on a hill if the car could roll backwards and kill you after you forget to leave it in park. Don't try to third party by yourself unless it's the final two circles or it's only one enemy that you're going after. Don't drive around a vehicle that is half health. Trade for a new one.
Where did that come from?
And now in this section I'm going to go through a few of the callouts that people will be using. You need to know these and know what they mean. I'm not going to go into full detail of what they mean. You can probably figure it out with a quick search on YouTube or Google if one confuses you. But one shot, one tap, beamed, lasered, cracked, absolute, weak, those are all interchangeable. It means someone is so low a health that if a teammate helps you shoot them, they're almost 100% dead. Other ones are flank, pinch, trade, slow or fast peek, sweep, angle, self-res or giving that up, rechow or challenge that, downed, full kill, on me or on you, and then call out the number of enemies. And next, sniper versus sniper battles. Always take a shot and then reposition immediately. If you hit but don't down them, swap weapons and full kill with your other primary in most situations, unless they're like super far away and you can't really hit them. If you see them first and there's more than one sniper, choose your first target wisely and plan for just one kill, and then try to reposition to take on the other sniper, or to finish your downed guy if you have a downed enemy from the engagement. Shoddy or sub versus a shoddy 1v1 and up, like 1v1 or 1v2 or 1v3. Just wait for your team or leave him alone, because it's a 50-50 gunfight basically. At that close of range, if he's inside of a building and you try to risk it for the biscuit, I mean, you could win it and feel like a rock star, or you could get one pumped and be sent to the gulag, or worse, not redeploy. But that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to get you guys a lot of tips out there to help your gameplay and help you possibly get a win in Warzone.
Hit one for armor. Hit one for armor. Downed one.